Switching gears a bit, a big day at the University of Miami. There he is, flashing the U. A new era is underway.
It is. The Canes introduced their new head coach, Mark Richt. Will Manso is live in Coral Gables with what he had to say. Will?
Yeah, this wasn't really much of a welcome. It was more of a welcome home for Mark Richt, as you said, a Miami alum who coached 15 years at Georgia. And this was a big party and presentation here. So much so, let me show you some of the things that we saw here. You had the press credential with his face on it there. You had the welcome home here, Mark Richt, with all the information of all the accolades he had in the SEC coaching at Georgia. And then you see behind me what's left here. There's the podium where he was at. A number of folks here, certainly the president of the school, the athletic director. We saw alum, current players, all to introduce Richt here as the new head coach, replacing the fired Al Golden and the interim coach, Larry Scott. Let's show you what he did up at the podium when he got up there throwing the U. Again, Richt, far removed from being here at Miami, even admitted he hadn't been on campus in a long time, but in that time, he coached at Florida State, had tons of success at Georgia, winning 145 games in 15 seasons, and now he comes back to Miami with this big welcome and celebration today, acknowledging he's got work to do, but also saying he's happy to be back.
I'm just very excited to be home. This is home, and just very thankful. I understand the proud traditions at the University of Miami, academically, athletically, football in particular. I know what it's about. I knew this job wouldn't be open next year, so I was like, I better do it.
He is right about that. He knew that the job wouldn't be here next year, so he had to jump at this opportunity right now. He had thought about potentially sitting out a year, but in the end, with his alma mater calling and this opportunity calling, was too good to pass up. I mentioned that there were former players and current players here. One of them is Canes quarterback Brad Kaya, who was here, and here's what he had to say about the team receiving the news that Richt was their new head coach.
It's awesome. It's a great hire. I think it's the best possible candidate that we could have gotten here. So he's a good dude. I mean, the team really responds well to him. So looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, Kaya and his teammates happy to have him here. It is on to recruiting now for Mark Richt, deciding on a staff. A lot of work to be done. And while today was a celebration, Richt wouldn't make any kind of predictions or what he expects. He just expects to have a team that plays hard with good kids and good character. And certainly it is clear by the celebration today that the University of Miami is happy to have him back in Coral Gables. That's the story from Coral Gables this afternoon. I'm Will Manso, Local 10 News.